Well, hello there again. I wanted to share something with you. You know, sometimes you take a photograph and it's just not what you really want. It's just not enough. And so sometimes you'll have to take several photographs and well, then what I found is it's awesome to put them together. Now, like this painting behind me, the top part is Independence Pass. It's that. It's just awesome. It's beautiful down there. And this was one of those first snows, so it was just beautiful to see the snow on the top. And then this part is it's Steamboat and their river along the bend, and it was just beautiful. So what I did is I had this separate one for the mountain, but then this one I put 3 different photographs together and then I just simply painted from that. And you can see that I added some orange back there, kind of reddish orange, because it was going to go on my pumpkin wall and I wanted to have those colors in there. So you can do some neat things with photographs. Now I got to show you this one because this is one we just finished. This one, again, this is 3 different pictures, 3 different little 4x6s, and I taped them together because it just wasn't the right thing with my one photograph. So I taped them all together. You see I've got eye stopper over here, eye stopper here with a tree on each side. You know, you want to try to think what if you have eye stoppers on each side, it makes you go into your painting. So this is what we have been painting in a class and we're just about done, but I want to show you something that is really neat to do. And this will just, I've got to work on those trees yet. I got to work on some water down here. You can use your little watercolor pencil and to make the little water fluffing up, just use watercolor pencil and just roll it like that. It's amazing how it will bring, it's so simple to put that up there. And you know, then I want to show you, if you look down here, you can see there's peach. Well, in this in this sky, there was a tiny bit of peach. So you wet that with water, and while it's wet, you take some of your little bit of poppy, little bit of your orange, and make it really watery. Put just a streak across and then use your brush and just blend it. And then I need some more highlight on the top of these little clouds. So I'm gonna go like this, and all I have to do is wet that, and look how it brings the highlight on top of those clouds. Maybe I want a little bit of highlight down here. It's awesome what you can do with just touching up those with the watercolor pencil. And then you can see I need to do some light over here on this tree. So I'm going to take my watercolor pencil just to kind of roll it around and make it sharper. How about that? I think I'm about done with that jigger. There's some dry brush stuff. Now I'll set it up, and you can bet as I set it up, I'm gonna find something else I want to change. But I want to show you today what I have chosen because I like doing things from a bunch of photographs. This is the one I've chosen, but I like this little bit of red bush that's in here, so I'm going to add that right over here. I'm going to add some of that red, and then this has some awesome cloud. I'm going to add some more cloud in there. Now look how this has an eye stopper. It has a tree on the left, and it has this tree on the right. I'm going to change some of the color to make it a little bit brighter. I love the clouds that are in this thing. In Colorado, we have wonderful clouds depending upon what the day's like. But it's beautiful against that royal blue sky. So what I did to get ready to do that, I took my watercolor paper and I wet it real good, and then I stapled it on here, and then I have let it sit for 24 hours, making sure it's totally dry. And then I'm going to come in here. Now you can see I have got a messy palette, but that doesn't matter. I'm gonna put some sky up here. Look at that. I'm just gonna make it blue. You know what? I'm gonna lay it down, and you can watch me and we'll see what we can do here. We'll just get us a sky going. One of the things about doing a sky, and those eye stoppers on the side, those are so dark that it doesn't matter at all. You can just go right over the top of that and it won't matter a bit. And so now I'm going to take some cerulean blue. I'm going to put it right at the top, and I'm just going to fluff that on there. Just really slop it on. It's good and wet. And then I'm going to just let it run down. So then I'm going to pull my paper up and let it run. Okay? And then what I want to do is I want to put some clouds in there. You know what? I'm gonna darken that up at the top. I want that darker at the top. So now I'm going to put in some ultramarine blue right at the top so that it runs down. I want that to run down good. Now, if I had mountains here, I would have been very, very careful. And I do have some distant mountains, but they're far enough away. This isn't going to affect them at all. So now I'm going to take a little Kleenex and I'm going to just roll it up just like this. And I'm just going to take this and I'm going to just pull this out. We're going to make some clouds up there. Just take that out, and then we'll probably come back in and we'll add some more color, but to make them shine. And then, like I showed you on that other one, we'll put some bright stuff right above it. Now I think I'll just let that dry. Now while this is drying, I'm going to come down here and work. And you can see this photograph. This is awesome. How this thing has a road. It's a real good composition because this road goes up here and it leads you right into the painting. But because this is wet up there, you know what I'm going to do? You know something that I love to use, and I know this is something else, but I really like, and you know, these are the Cheap Joe watercolor paints out of my tubes, but today I'm going to use some of his watercolor sticks. The thing I like about these, they're very, very strong pigment. Now, if you use the watercolor stick and you use it when it's dry, it'll make hard lines and they're hard to get out. But if you use the watercolor stick with it being wet, it's amazing how you can take that thing and just blend it all around. So I'm going to look at my picture and I'm going to use this and I'm going to just slop some of this in there. Don't even have to be particular about it. Okay? And then I'm going to take my brush and see, I've got some of that blue on there. It doesn't even matter. I'm going to just blend that out. That road and those shadows are going to lead us right into that painting. And I'm going to put some other color in here. We're going to get some more shadows. Oh my. This is such fun. I love doing this. Now, I want you to see what I'm going to do with this tree over here. We've got to start this tree. You know, I'm going to have to work on this some while you're not here. And I don't like to do that because I would like to have you see the whole thing. But eventually you'll see the whole thing. So right now, I'm using some ultramarine blue and I'm using some brown over here. This is a burnt sienna. I'm just getting an awesome, awesome color. I want to have it brownish, but with a touch of blue. I'll tell you what, the color that I use the most on my palette is cobalt blue. I use lots of cobalt blue because it just goes with lots of things. It's a good shadow. Now, see this tree? This tree is an awesome tree. Big, big, big thing. And see how it makes a canopy across the whole thing. So it leads your eye right into the middle. That's awesome. So now I'm going to take this thing and I'm going to kind of do an undercoat. I'll show you that because then I'm going to come right on top of it with the brown right while it's wet. We're just going to smear that thing on there and it will just look beautiful. Oh my. I wonder how old that tree is when we see those things. Oh my. What grandma and grandpa drove by this tree. What farm was by this tree and watched the sunsets come in the evening and go away, and then morning another one would come and they'd start a new day. Well, many years this tree has been traveling through our lifetime. Now I'm gonna use some of these sticks. I want to give some texture in here, so I'm going to use some of these sticks and just blend that, and then I'm going to come back in here, and I may end up using some of my my watercolor pencils to do that. You know, almost anything you paint, I want you to start looking at the trunks, of the trees. I want you to start looking and see how many colors are in there. There are so many colors in a tree. You'd just be amazed. I'm going to use a little bit of gold here, and I think what I'm going to need to do is to let that dry before I come in. Then look, we've got, oh my, this shadow across here comes right across here, and it's so dark. Oh my, that big tree is making a big shadow across this road as it goes up across the road. Well, I'll tell you what, I think I need to work on some of this, and I want to show you next time what we've done, because you'll like it. Now, I want to tell you one of the things that I did that is good. You know, you have your, I really like this fast stick eraser, because I drew that with I used my pencil to draw that on there, and then your eraser gets dirty. Do you know one of the best ways you can clean your eraser, because you want to keep your eraser clean, is you can use a little fingernail file thing, just a little, and just scrub it, and you'd be amazed how you can get the bad stuff off of there so that you can make a nice erase on your paper so that you feel like your eraser's clean enough. Well, I hope this will be a good thing for you to remember for drawing your next landscape. There's so much out there to draw, and right now we've got beautiful colors to do it. So you see what you can find that you want to put on paper. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye. If you enjoyed the video, give me a like, and I'd appreciate you subscribing to my channel. Thank you.